large-scale theft operation this past weekend. A third earthquake was felt in San Angelo, and the COVER1 Crew talks quarterbacks. I'm James Bellini, and this is Live. We'll get to the news in a minute, but first, a quick message from Mammoth Roofing.
Hi, I'm Trisha Lira, third-generation roofer and owner of Mammoth Roofing Services. I love what I do, and what I do is build the world's best roofs. Need financing? I got you. 12 months, zero interest. I'm Trisha Lira. I want to be your roofer for life.
Starting off the news, 2 San Angelo men have been arrested in connection with a large-scale theft operation. Carmelo Amiglio and Ryan Munoz, both 18-year-olds, have been booked to the Tom Green County Jail on theft of property charges of greater than $300,000. The investigation began on July 23rd, which was a Tuesday, when the San Angelo Police Department detectives were notified of an alleged ongoing theft from Walmart located at 1852 Sherwood Way. Findings indicated that around $1 million had been stolen from the location over the past year. Warrants were issued for Amiglio and Munoz, which led to their apprehension without incident. Over the weekend, search warrants were executed on local residences, resulting in the discovery of various pieces of evidence. This is an ongoing investigation. A third earthquake hit around Snyder this weekend, and it was felt here in San Angelo. A 4.5 magnitude earthquake hit Scurry County this past Saturday over the weekend around 4 p.m. This happened after Scurry County judge declared a state of disaster. San Angelo has felt a 4.9 magnitude and a 5.1 magnitude earthquake, as well as this one on Saturday. It's nothing compared to Scurry County, though, as they had over 61 last week. Have you downloaded the new San Angelo mobile app yet? It's free, and it's the best app in the business. Download it off the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store to stay up to date with news in San Angelo. San Angelo Independent School District recently posted the applications for free and assisted school lunches for the upcoming school year. Eligibility for free or discounted lunches is based off of income, categorical eligibility, and program participation. Head over to the SAISD website to fill out an application. And going into weather, it's going to be hot all week. Surprise, everybody. Right now it's 96 degrees with a high of 98 and a low tonight of 73. Tomorrow the 100-degree days start off with 100. Then on Wednesday it'll be 102, Thursday will be 104, and Friday it'll be 104. Lows will be in the low to mid 70s. So drink plenty of water and get your pets indoors and have water available to them at all times. And cloud cover might not be a thing this weekend either. I guess August is here. When we come back, the COVER1 Crew talks signal callers on the field, and then the ASU drama department is in studio to talk about season tickets. But first, a word from the Bass Bunch.
It's our giant tag sale at Jim Bass Cars and Trucks.
Just cutting up tags for our giant tag sale.
Right now, during our giant tag hail sale, you can get a brand new 2024 Nissan Versa for just $15,999.
Don't miss our giant tag sale, only at Jim Bass Cars and Trucks, Houston, Hart, and Arden Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
And welcome everybody to our special edition of COVER1. Real quick segment today, we're going to talk about our top 10 quarterback list that was put out this morning. Before I get any further, my co-host Ryan Chadwick. Chadwick, how are we doing?
Oh, man, it's almost football, and I am ready for it.
Thank goodness.
2 days start next week, and we're going to bring you all the covers that we can. But today, one of our news sports guys, Paul Harris, he actually
You probably know Paul Harris.
Yeah, he compiled a list of all the quarterbacks to watch out for headed into this season, and so we got a couple of them for you.
All right, Ryan, just go ahead and take off, man. Take off. First one.
Well, the first one, of course, it's going to be one of our feature schools. It's going to be the Central Bobcats, and specifically Christian English, who was not only one of the most talented quarterbacks in West Texas last year, but also in the top in all the stat categories as well. Now, English heads into his senior year this year after completing a highly successful individual campaign. You know, the Bobcats did go 1-9 as a team, but still had one of the most prolific offenses in that District 2-6A. Christian threw for over 2,000 yards and 25 touchdowns or something like that, but to only 3 interceptions, and that's the big number there. Those 3 interceptions happened in the first 2 games, and he just didn't throw a pick after that. Most notably, English brings to the table the rushing attack. We don't exactly know what Coach Mark Smith's new offense will look like, but English rushed for over 1,000 yards on 104 attempts last year, averaged over 10 yards a carry, and added another 15 touchdowns on top of that. So the Bobcats should be better this year, and I know it's not really hard to step up from 1-9 to something else, but he's definitely a name to watch out for. One of the names I'm most looking forward to watching out for, and I expect him to have a great senior season.
Yeah, I know we had Mark Smith in here a couple weeks ago, and he wouldn't spill the beans on any of his offense.
Hey, he was right, though, when he did tell us. He goes, it's like we have the opportunity to be stealthy one time, so.
He was right. He was right there.
Yeah.
But moving on, the next guy is Cason Brown. He put up over 2,000 yards passing last year. He had like 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 500 yards on the ground, and 7 added touchdowns on the ground. Big kid, big 6'5". You know him from the basketball court. He's a monster on the basketball court.
Averages like 25 points a game.
Yeah, he's a freak. So on the field, he put up good numbers last year. They kind of fell apart in district last year, but let's watch. We got to watch this quarterback, man, because he's got the size. If he can put together a good season, I bet he can get some looks, some offers. Ryan, who's next?
I'm going to go ahead and just bring up Lakeview's quarterback this year. It's going to be Austin Perez. Now, we didn't see much of Perez last year, but he did get in there occasionally. Unfortunately, an injury ended his junior campaign. I think he's a senior this year, right?
Austin Perez is there this year, yes.
Yeah, so it ended his junior campaign, but his most notable game was against Lubbock High last year, where he threw for over 300 yards and 6 touchdowns. Now, that's going to be a huge shot in the leg for Lakeview, who's going into a new district this year where they're guaranteed a playoff spot. Now, let's see if they can improve on last year's record so that they can get better seeding, maybe win a couple playoff games. But Lakeview's offense averaged 7 points or less in the last 5 games of the season, and having Perez back there, he can really sling it. So it'll be a great improvement for Lakeview.
All right, the next kid I'm talking about is Hudson Fowler from Ozona. Yeah, he's thrown a lot of interceptions, but he's very talented. Ozona has a running back as well who could help take pressure off that quarterback, and I'm excited about this kid Fowler down there in Ozona. I think Ozona has a chance to make a run. Their district, they lost. Some other teams in that district lost a lot of talent. Cristobal didn't quite lose as much talent as Sonora. Forsan is still pretty good. They brought back Hudson Stockton at running back, so they still have some talent in that district. But Ozona could make a splash this year, and Fowler could be a big part. He's not going to throw. I don't think he's going to throw 50. He's just he's improved. I think, because he started as a sophomore, and I think that first game against Miles, he was like 23 to 25 for 250 yards or something and 4 touchdowns. It's something crazy, some crazy stat.
So we know he can throw it.
Yeah, we know he can throw the ball. So, all right, Chadwick, who's next?
We're going to go out to Mason, and I know we don't cover the punchers as much as we probably should, but
no, we don't.
This is a team that is a top 10 ranked team in the state in their respective divisions this year, which is big 2A, right?
Yes, they are big 2A.
But yeah, Carlton Schmidt, he enters his senior campaign for the Punchers, ranked in the top 10. And now Mason's a little bit of an offense, kind of like Wall's old school offense of the wing tee or the triple option. They like to keep the ball on the ground, but Schmidt can put the ball in the air when he needs to. Found out that last year in the playoffs that the Punchers are going to need to throw the ball a little bit more. But his most dangerous aspect he brings to the table is, of course, his legs with that offense that they run. So Coach McLeod says it's going to be a little bit different look this year. They're going to add a little bit more of a passing wrinkle into the offense. So watch out for this kid as the Punchers vie for that state title.
Yeah, they also returned the running back in their offensive line. So returned every starter on their offensive line. So experienced group on that offense, quarterback should not have a problem.
So what you're saying is that Wall Mason game should be pretty entertaining this year.
I did that offense against that defense. I'd love to be there to watch it, man. I respect both of those programs a lot. Yeah. So, but moving on, Juan Castillo from Sonora getting the nod. Butron graduated, and Castillo actually got some playing time last year because Butron went down. So the first 5 games Castillo played. Now he's the guy. They have a lot of speed outside. They have a lot of fast guys, a lot of big guys, and I think replacing the offensive line is going to be maybe harder than I know it's hard. I know it's difficult hearing that you had over 2,000-yard rusher in Luna last year, but I think that offensive line is going to be, having to replace those guys is a lot. But but Castillo can do it, and he showed last year that he can handle what's being handed to him.
Well, and Weston's going to have Coach Weston out there is going to have those boys ready to go. He's a great coach. He's really turned that Sonora program around. And yes, they did lose a lot of talent after last year, but these guys weren't supposed to be powerhouses a couple years ago either, and they've kind of turned it into that. So they might take a slight step back, but they're still going to be very ready to play. But moving on to one of the more notable changes this year in the long list of newcomers is going to be the Wall Hawks. Now, Gunnar Diller just announced that he's going to sit this season out as he's committed to play baseball for the University of Oklahoma.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, completely understandable. He's going to be a D1 athlete for one of the premier programs in the SEC headed into this year, and we wish him all the luck in the world playing catcher for the Sooners. Might not get a lot of playing time this year, being a freshman and all that, but even if he redshirts, we'll see what he brings to the table in the next couple of years. But first off, congratulations to Gunnar Dillard on that opportunity, and we all congratulate and just look forward to what you bring to the table. With that being said, next man up for the Wall Hawks, and it's going to be Landon York. He was a sophomore last year on JV, going to be the starting guy this year. It's going to end up being a quarterback battle between him and Caleb Braden, but I'm not going to throw my weight around here, but it's looking like Coach Slaughter might be leaning towards Landon York, and he's a big frame. He's over 6 feet tall. He can really sling the ball around, and the Wall Hawks are not going to look like the Wall Hawks of old. It seems like they're going to move over to more of a spread type where they can take advantage of all the speed they have, because that's one thing that Wall has in spades. They proved that on the track this year with all the state qualifiers, and like a bunch of these guys medaled, got on the podium at the state track meets. So Coach Slaughter is going to try to put that ball in space, and Landon York's probably going to be the guy who's going to do that. So look out for a brand new Wall Hawk style offense this year, and we'll just kind of see if that was the right way to go.
Yeah, last couple of years we've been hearing about this kid that can sling it on their junior high and everything. Maybe York is that guy. I don't think we ever got a name out of Coach Guy or Coach Slaughter, but maybe York was that guy, and But speaking of young guys who can sling it out in miles, Liam Yancey, sophomore. Coach Wilhelm sings his praises. He's got, and he can sling it pretty well. Got a safety blanket in Ellison Cooper. He's got Dylan Medina, Tevin Medina, Dylan Medina. Tevin Mead, Devin Medina, Dylan Medina, back there at running back to help him out, and one of the best safety blankets in Cooper Ellison. So probably one of the best receivers in the Concho Valley.
Oh, yeah. And he's going to need that. He's got huge shoes to fill this year, replacing a really talented quarterback out there last year in Haven Book. So, good luck, Yancey. Like, it's gonna be tough, but I think the Ma Bulldogs are it's more like a reload situation. They're not even – I don't even think they take a step back this year.
Yeah, they didn't graduate much. I think they graduated 2. I think that's what Wilhelm says. The 2 starters were graduating. Mm-hmm. But, hey, they're buzzing up there. They're excited about this kid. But you can read the full list on SanAngeloLive.com. You can read Paul Harris's takes on them. Ryan, anything you want to throw? Any other quarterback you want to throw out there?
Just shout out to all the 6-man guys that made this list. I know that they're not always featured, but those guys can really put up some monster numbers. So yeah,
Bryce Martin out there in Berry Best can play.
Yeah, I think we got a kid from Rochelle, a kid from Robert Lee on here. But yeah, Paul Harris did a really good job. He interviewed all these coaches, got all these names together, and keep looking forward to these lists that are coming out, because as we said, we did quarterbacks today. We're going to have running backs, receivers. We're going to have defenses. We're going to have linebackers, stuff like offensive linemen. So just keep tuning in the rest of this week for this kind of style of sports segment between me and James as we break down what is going to be an incredibly exciting 2024 football season, because, guys, football's almost back.
Thank goodness. But anyway, that's been Cover 1 today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the Giants and who will never, ever flinch.
And welcome back. James Bellini here with Daniel Anderson with ASU's Theater Department. Mr. Anderson, how are we doing today?
Doing very well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We're here to talk about subscriptions for ASU's theater, right?
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yeah, our season is just about to get announced, and so we're sitting here getting ready to give that big subscription drive right now.
All right, and what all is included in the subscriptions?
Okay, yeah, great question. So the subscriptions are for $30, and that gives them access to 5 theater productions. They can mix and match, use those tickets however they see fit. So if they really want to see, 1984, then they can use all the tickets for that. It gives them access to the box office early, so they can get their seats before that. They get more access for the more options for dinner theater, things like that. So it's a really nice deal if you're interested in the theater and like to support ASU.
All right, and what kind of shows do you have coming up?
Yeah, no, this season we're really excited. We got some great shows we got lined up for the community. Being an election year, so we're going to be opening up with 1984.
That might be important this year.
Yeah, it's an exciting piece. I think it's a poignant piece. And then we're going to start with our, that'll open in October, and then our holiday dinner theater. We're going to go on the lighter side with a play called Dearly Departed.
Okay.
It's about a Texas patriarch who passes, and all the eccentric, crazy relatives come together for the funeral, and it's a laugh riot. It's a really good time. And then in the spring, we're going to be opening our brand new renovated theater, and we're going to be doing our musical Sister Act. Some of y'all might remember that from the 1990s movie with Whoopi Goldberg.
Are you going to open up the new theater with?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's a good time, a really comedy, big numbers, so it'll be a good time for everybody who comes out. And then our second spring show will be Our Dear Dead Drug Lord by Alexis Shear, a play that's really been blowing up here recently. Really poignant tale about a group of young teenage women coming to age and really coming into their own. And then for our summer dinner theater, we're going to bring out a classic, William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this subscription buys you for all year, covers you all year.
Yeah, it'll get you at least a ticket for you'll get access to 5 productions. So if you want to use a ticket for every show, you'll be covered for the whole season from September 1 to August 31st next year.
And where do these productions take place, and where's the new theater going to be?
Okay, our new theater is going to be in the Mayor Administration Building. It's the Elta Joyce Murphy Auditorium. We're really excited about that. And then, of course, our ground jewel, our modular theater, is in the Carr EFA Building, just there off Dena Drive. It's a wonderful space, the only one like it in the country.
All right, and do these all take place at like the same time during the day, or are there different times? Like 1984 is coming up first, correct?
Yes, sir.
So when does that one? What day is it? When is it? What time is it?
So that'll open October 10th, and we typically run Thursday through Friday. Okay. Our shows start at 8 o'clock. The house will open at 7:30. Unless it's a dinner theater, the house opens a little bit early so that people can get their meals, get fed, and everything before the show.
What kind of dinners y'all got?
It varies between the shows. We try to usually tie in the dinner with something a little bit that relates to the show a little bit.
You're going to have Soylent Green for 1984?
Maybe. Something in that vein. Of course, that one won't be a dinner theater, so we might have missed a golden opportunity there for that one. Yeah,
I could have given y'all the best idea.
Exactly. See, next time we know.
All right, and did I miss anything?
And how to get a hold of us if you're interested in getting these tickets, you can either call up to the box office at 325-942-2000, or you can check us out on the web at angelo.edu/box office, and it should take you right to us. All right. Well, $30 for a year of shows. Yes, sir. Sounds like a good idea to me. Good plan to me. It seems financial savvy if you ask me, but right. I'm a theater guy. $6 a show. It's yeah, roughly. Bad. Yeah. How much are you paying to go to the movies? $20. At least. So, all right. Well, Mr. Anderson, it was great having you on. Thanks again for having me. Absolutely. Back to you guys.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Cano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Cano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thank you for watching the Live Daily News Show, the only locally owned news show in the Concho Valley. Go like us on Facebook, X, and other social media platforms, and download the San Angelo Live mobile app today to stay up to date on news from in and around the Concho Valley. Thanks again, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.